Today's chess is a very famous study that you can probably find on Google if you just search this up. A study, first of all, is not like studying for a math test. It's a lot more fun than that. A study is basically where you study something really hard, and studies are not special in any way. It's not like pieces are gonna come flying in at any moment. It just really all your tactics combined together with some sort of creativity or some sort of like nice tinkle in that position. Now, the first move, I'm not gonna torture you into finding this. It's king to d4. It's that little itty bitty move that wins games. Now, I can't exactly explain why, but eventually you shall know, or you should know. But anyways, you can probably see that after king to d4, black is trying to move his pawn down the board to make a queen, and white is trying to move his pawn up the board to make a queen. So now black gets going, and white moves 2 steps forward, and we keep racing until here, another key king move, king back, because now this pawn can obviously not go forward because it'll get captured. So that means the king, if he wants to get the pawn to b2, his king has to go to a3, and then goes up. That's one extra move for us to push our pawn. Now why we didn't do that, let's say, like way back here? Well, first of all, his king is already guarding it. Second of all, if you do something, I don't know, like this to circle around, well, because your pawn is still down here, black has more than enough time to just charge his king down to a2 and then just promote a queen. So the point of doing our little special little king move right here is that you're just one move away. You can just make one move, and the king is not in a3 or a2, which means the pawn can't advance. The king isn't guarding that square. So king to a3, which gives you an extra move to play f6, pawn to b2, f7, pawn to b1, a queen. White also makes a queen. Now, 99% of the time, queen versus queen in the endgame is a draw, but this is the 1% chance. Now, black is totally losing. There are 2 choices, but either one, it results in a checkmate. First of all, let's say king to a4. Then you slide your king over to a7. The king can't obviously stay on the a file. b3 and a4 is taken, meaning, let's see, b5 is the only square, but then queen to b7 or b8. And when the king moves, you capture the queen, and by now you should know how to checkmate with a king and a queen. Now, so that won't work. So after we promote, what does he do? Well, king to a2 is the only other option, right? Because, well, you can't exactly move forward because of the king. So king to a2, well then, it seems like black is getting away, but now magically, his own queen gets in the way of his king's escape square. And queen to a8 is magically checkmate because the king wants to go to b1, but his own queen is there on the promotion square. So that's why studies are so perfected, because if the queen, if this pawn promoted like over here, white would not win, right? Because number one, if he promoted, well, the king could just simply step on the a4. And when the queen checked here, it will just go to b5. And because there's no queen on b1, you can't skewer the king and the queen. And of course, simply this king position way at the front, way at the beginning, is also very important. So that's why studies are so delicate. Like if you just change a little bit, the whole thing basically just gets messed up. And how when you force the king here, the king is actually stepping on to the file of the promotion square, right? Because if the king was here, well, when you promote, it won't be checked. You won't force the king to move. So yeah, and this is why I really like studies more than I love regular games, actually.